man, welcome to South East Tutoring's Truck Series. We're doing something a little bit different, right? Championship 4 live from Las Vegas. Let's do a little intro to these guys, these 4 guys racing for a championship today. Starting out with, we're going to drag up Sean. Sean is currently, sorry, Garrett sent me something, so typical, messing things up. But Sean is the first place of these guys that are all technically tied, but he secured his spot first. So we're going to pull Sean up here. So we'll have Sean start this out. Sean Langton, you got Adam Tips up in the broadcast booth, man. You got a copy?
Hey.
Well, man, championship Monday. Usually it's Sunday, but Monday. You've had a really good season. Looked hot. Probably most people's pick to win this thing. What do you got to do tonight to pull it around and hoist up that championship trophy?
Well, I mean, from the laps I've taken so far, it's kind of like a restrictor plate track. You just kind of wide open and turn to the left. So I think just hanging with the front pack and staying up on strategy, it's going to be it, really.
Yeah, man. Well, I don't let Garrett know this because we are friends in real life, but, if I had to pick between the 4 of y'all, you probably are the guy I believe will win tonight. You've just found a way to be up front all the time. You always avoid wrecks, it feels like. So if I had to put money on it, I had to say you're probably the man to do it tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna go out there and give it everything we got, and just it's been fun racing with these guys all year, and I'm glad we got the 4 guys that we do racing for the championship. It's a good group.
Absolutely, man. Well, good luck tonight. Hopefully I talk to you after the race.
All right, enjoy.
No, Sean Langton, dominant fashion this year with what he's done so far. Now we're going to pull up that second guy who got locked in. And, of course, who would that be? That would be none other than Southeast Tutoring's Morgan Cook. Morgan Cook, man, you got a copy?
I do. How you doing, Adam?
It's good. The last time we had a broadcast on old Vector's television, you were in the booth with me. Now, fast forward to Monday, you're racing for a championship, man. How are you feeling about that?
Nervous, to say the least. Yeah, this should be fun. Tough battle out here.
For real. Yeah. All 4 of you have had just really good races where you've been dominant. I told Sean, I don't want to offend you, but I was like, if I had to pick somebody, he's been the scariest all season long with how much he's been able to do, or being able to put his truck up front and win some of these races. What is something you think you got to do to be better than the other 3 you're fighting tonight?
That is a great question, and I've been asking myself the same thing for a few days, and I'm not really sure what that thing is that'll get me the win over any of the other guys. Fuel saving's not going to be a thing tonight, at least not enough to make a difference. So it'll have to be tire strategy. It'll have to be raw pace, saving tires, that sort of thing. Just got to do it better than the rest.
Yeah, man, I expect of all the guys in that top 4, you're the one that usually has the biggest wrench thrown in the strategy game, so they won't be surprising to see you maybe come really early or try to catch a caution. So, man, I look forward to tonight, and hopefully you get to hoist up your own sponsorships trophy.
Yeah, I got to buy a trophy for this. So hopefully I get to put my name on it.
Absolutely, man. Well, good luck tonight. And what was that?
I think Garrett needs to buy the trophy for the winner.
No crap, man. It's his league, right? He needs to put all that work together.
But I'm the sponsor. I mean, I'm funding part of it, so I do my part as well.
That's true. Just send him some money. He'll probably make it out of wood or something.
We'll see.
All right, man. Good luck tonight.
You bet. Thanks.
And then now we'll pull up Ross Phillips in that number 1 Doritos Orange Speed. Like we just talked to Morgan, Ross, and now Garrett. All 3 of these guys will be on that Orange Speed team trying to compete for that championship. But Ross Phillips, you got Adam at the broadcast booth, man. You got a copy?
I got a copy.
Well, you break it down for me. What you need tonight? What kind of luck do you need to fall your way since we are in Vegas? What kind of gamble you gonna do, or are you feeling so confident you're just gonna go out there and win this?
I need a Snickers, to be honest.
Uh-oh.
That's what I need. I don't know. I'm just looking forward to having fun at the race. You know, I don't know. I need a lot of luck to go my way. Simple as that. This place is a lot like what was that last mile and a half that we ran at? I should have had that one locked up. The fuel, that last caution. I don't remember what it was. It was 2 weeks ago, wherever that was. It's a lot
Oh.
like this place.
Dadgummit. I'm gonna be mad that I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't even remember either. Texas. Is that what it was? Was it
I
Texas?
feel like it was Texas. Oh, that's season 2. Let's see. Vegas, Martinsville, Texas. Yeah, it was Texas.
Okay. Yeah, I was Texas. Yeah, that's kind of like that one. I should have had that sucker wrapped up, but that late caution really did me in there. I think I'm not gonna lie to you. I've got a little strategy up my sleeve, but let's just say I'm gonna follow a certain somebody around, if that makes sense. And that's about all I've got. Whatever he does, I'm doing.
And it's not a bad strategy, man. He's found victory lane several times this year. Looks pretty damn good most of the season.
Just
so.
set it out. Just go on and set it out on who it was. Thanks.
Yeah. I think, everybody knew who you were talking about. It wasn't much of a thing. But, hey, they don't need to know. If they're not watching the stream right now, I got one viewer, and I have a feeling I know who it is. So your secret is safe with me.
What do you think about them paints, huh? Top four trucks are sharp.
They are really good. I need to pull that up on here. Maybe I can pull that up. Let me try something here real quick.
Yeah, Sean is rocking a scheme to run the sponsor of Morgan's company, obviously. So he's rocking the SET paint scheme, obviously in tribute of his sponsor, but not part of the team. So
yeah, get out of here. It's not part of the team. But yeah, let me get this image. Maybe it'll.
Yeah, we're hoping to have a good night. Hoping to have a good race tonight. So hopefully keep her clean, stay out of wrecks, preserve them tires. That's about the biggest thing. So.
Oh no, I goofed up.
What? Uh-oh. What'd you do?
Adam, what'd
I'll
you
just
do?
hide it. There we go. Boom! I got it on stream. Yeah, there they are. There's all 4 schemes. Purple, making it easy for me. I appreciate that.
What did you do?
I thought I totaled it there for a second. I was a little nervous. Man, you're like the oddball out. You're a completely different tone of color here.
Me? What do you mean?
You're a little red. Everyone else is like blue purple.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Morgan's is his company's got blue in it, so I was like, okay, we'll let Morgan rock the blue. Garrett wanted to rock his horny toads or whatever it is, the bullfrogs, whatever.
Anyway.
Sean likes purple, which is my favorite color, but me, I got to be the different guy. But it is what it is. It stands out. It's sharp.
They do look good.
For the week.
They do look good, I'll admit. So, hey man, good luck tonight. Hopefully,
appreciate it.
I'm talking to you after the race, and at least for a top 3, but hopefully for the championship.
Easy now.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I get to talk to you after the race.
Loyalties, we get it.
Take that with a grain of salt, however you want to coat that, but hopefully I talk to you after the race.
Hopefully we'll have a nice little 1, 2, 3 for the team. It'd be great.
Absolutely. Well, all right, man.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Good luck.
Have a good broadcast.
I hope I do.
I love you, baby. You want to say hi? Daughter wanted to say hi, so.
Hey, she made it. She made it. I'll move you down there, bud.
All right, buddy.
Leaves us one driver. One driver only. Garrett Helminger. You got a copy.
I'm flying around this thing. What up?
Are you qualifying?
No.
No.
Not yet. Couple minutes. Actually, very soon.
Well, you're rocking the Horny Toad.
Hell yes.
77. Been slept on all season long until the end when they had to stick him in the playoff. Well, guess what? You made the playoffs pretty easily.
I still had to fight my way in.
But I was about to say, you kind of had to sneak your way in there. You flirted with it for a little bit. But now I feel like you're kind of like one of those underdogs in this race, man. Do you like that role of maybe being the underdog, being the 4th seed in the playoffs?
It definitely, what's the right word here? It makes me feel like I have less pressure on me.
I mean,
it's obvious. I personally feel like, and I don't think it would take a lot based on the pace of the mile and a half, that I'm driver 4 of 4 tonight. So that takes a lot of the pressure off, and that if I am able to put myself in the position that the one that nobody really was expecting to win gets the win. I had 3 wins this season, but none of them were on tracks like this. Morgan and Sean, they're the ones who did really, really well on the tracks like this. Ross was the fastest on all of them and just didn't get there, and I was just kind of there on all of them. So we'll see how I can turn that around tonight. I'm not really sure how it's going to play out.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of flat foot. How heavy can your
Yeah,
foot be, and
I will say
saving your
my,
rears and your
yeah,
right front.
That's going to be the goal. And I will say, for a lot of the mile and a halves, my strategy on the first opening 2 runs has been to just save and kind of conserve to put myself in the best position. But tonight it's balls out from the go, and that's going to be all 4 of us. As much as we tell ourselves it's not, we're going to be going as hard as we can for the duration of the race, and one of us are going to end up on top. I don't care if I finish 4th. It's still a win-win. It was a great season. Having three team cars and a pseudo teammate, and in the final 4, so basically all of us are on the same. We're all driving the same LMPH car for the 24 hours, so it's good to have everybody who's. And the crazy thing about it is we're all doing this, and it was a fight. All of us had to definitely earn our spot in the final 4. It could have very easily slipped out of any of our hands.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So hopefully you pull a little horn frog, and maybe both you
Go
and your
Frogs.
horn frogs will pull a miracle off in y'all's championship games.
Hell yeah!
I think one is more likely than the other, but I'm not gonna say which one.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
All right, man. Good luck
Y'all
tonight.
kick-
Hopefully I talk to you
Y'all
after
kick
this.
ass.
Yeah. Plan on it. And that's gonna do it for a little pre-race intro to your Championship 4. We're gonna throw it to another break. We'll pick you up right after qualifying is concluded and give you your top 10. Actually, there might be more than that. I don't have any numbers up or anything right now. But after qualifying is concluded, we'll pick y'all back up. But until then, you are watching the Championship 4 race live from Las Vegas on Vectors TV. are live from Las Vegas, where we already talked to them, but 4 drivers tonight. Sean Langton, Morgan Cook, Ross Phillips, and Garrett Helmlinger are racing for a championship. That's right, the South East Tutoring Truck Series Season 1 Championship, all on the line tonight. There's your 4 guys there on your screen. Now, of course, that's not the schemes they'll be racing. I will give y'all more of an in-depth look here in a second as warm-up has now wrapped up. So let's get rid of this image. Maybe if I can get this all set up right. Yeah, good enough. 1 lap. So let's get this going. On pole, Nick Pressey. And your first championship driver. Starting second, that's going to be the 51 of Morgan Cook. In third, your second championship driver. That's Ross Phillips. Larry Dickerson, posted in the 4, normally the 25. The number 4, starting 4th. And 5th, the 99 of Dan Witt. 6th, there is your third championship driver. That's Garrett Helmlinger, starting in that 6th position. Randy Schweitzer, 78, starting 7th. Kyle Stewart in the 20, starting in 8th. In 9th, your final championship driver today, Sean Langton in the 7, starting in 9th. Top 10, final 10, 07 Roger Saucier, starting 10th. You then have Sam Hines, Thad Miller, David Ankenbauer, and Justin Cadenhead wrapping up your trucks on track. They make their way around into 3 and 4. But guess what, Jacob? We're about to go racing. Maybe.
Potentially.
Pace car is off. 127 laps around Las Vegas. Green flag is out, and away we go. Ross Phillips already making a solid push to that leader. That's Nick. I guess I hear. Jacob, give me a second, and I'll actually get this. God, I don't know if my computer can take this many applications going. Oh no! But already, Nick Pressey pushing his way around. Got Ross Phillips in the 1. Really locked onto him here. These guys are kind of getting away from everybody else. Looks like you got Dan Witt and Larry Dixon back here. Larry Dixon's going to look down to the bottom. And actually complete that pass. Garrett Helmlinger now looks to the inside of the 51 of Morgan Cook to take that second championship spot away. But there's all 3 of them. Garrett Helmlinger, Morgan Cook, Sean Langton, right here, right now. Looks like Sean's going to follow Garrett around this bottom here. See if they can't get around Dan Witt. Looks like they're kind of single file. Let's go back up here. It looks like Ross Phillips at some point did make his way around. Whoa, that was close. Did make his way around Nick Pressey, and he's trying to control that dirty air. Well, how much air he's going to be packing down on that nose of Nick Pressey here in that 94. And it looks like Nick's now going to dive to his inside. And they're going to be side by side through 3 and 4. Yet again, this championship 4, they've all had really good seasons, and they just somehow made it through the playoffs and made it to here. 2 wins by your championship 4. Sean Langton dubbed it up, and so did Morgan Cook. Also took a win. They locked in, and then last week at Martinsville, Ross Phillips and Garrett Hemlinger pointed in by the skin of their teeth to be here tonight. Looks like Ross is going to kind of settle in here and just ride behind Nick in that 94, just sitting second. The first championship driver. Now remember, tonight you don't have to win. It's just the highest finisher, just like the NASCAR series you watch every Sunday or Friday. Hell, even on Saturdays.
Or Saturday.
Highest finisher in this championship 4 secures the championship. So tonight, here's how we would do the layout. If a non-championship driver, we will talk to them, but only briefly. And then we're going to reel up our championship driver.
Okay, I think I got my internet set up where we should be good for the rest of the race. So we'll see.
So you can get louder. You're pretty quiet.
Yeah, I was picking up a lot of wind noise earlier, so I turned it down.
Hey!
Better?
Yeah, I gotta turn you down now. I cranked you up to like 120. Talk?
No. I'm getting tired of you bossing me around now.
I'm working on audio. Y'all can still see the live action. It looks like those championship drivers are second, third, fourth. And right behind them is Larry Dickerson, who then separates the 4th championship driver, the 51 Morgan Cook. Looks like they're kind of calm with, or dead set on just riding here.
For now.
Where are you going to go? 127 laps around Las Vegas. It's a mile and a half. Really no need to really push your luck this early. I know it's Vegas, you need to gamble, but to press your luck this early is just unnecessary. Garrett gets a little bit out of the line here. He might keep that spot.
I think he was just worried about crossing the nose.
Now, if you recall last week, Larry Dickerson did get turned by Sean Langton. Maybe he raced him a little bit difficult, as he is actually starting to peak underneath Sean. You know, you can run for a championship, but it doesn't mean it's going to make it that easy on you. And everyone else is still racing for a race win. Jacob, what are you expecting tonight? Anything crazy? Or calm, cool, and collected?
I think it'll be calm, cool, and collected the first 3 quarters or so.
You see, right there, Sean sneaks up underneath Garrett Hemlinger. More like Garrett Hemlinger lets Sean Langton by on the inside. He tucks back in line. He'll now take that 3rd championship spot. Pretty smooth. Quiet. 14 laps completed. We're working on 14 laps, 13 laps completed.
I'm gonna need you to keep count because I don't have a counter over here.
Yeah, I got you. Don't even think about it. I got you. Garrett Hemlinger gets kind of out of the racing line here. I hope everything's good. I think he's just maybe searching to maybe save some tire to maybe have something here for these guys later in the stint.
With him, there's no telling.
Yeah, man's a strategy machine. He's kind of running on that second seam in these corners, maybe to save. He actually goes really high. He's kind of running up in the middle of that second groove. He's gonna let Larry Dickerson by him and bring Morgan Cook in a little bit closer. That'll make your championship 4, 2, 3, 5, 6. Once they come to the line. Still all within striking distance. Kind of makes you wonder what Ross was saying. He said he needs the Snickers. So,
Forgot about that.
is he cranky? Does he just not know what to do? Has he been thinking a lot? Is he wearing himself out with the amount of strategy thinking he's doing? So hopefully he got that energy bar. Even though it's technically a candy bar. Hopefully he got some sort of form of energy before this race started.
See, I was gonna call you out on it, but I decided not to this time, and you called yourself out.
The way Snickers talks about it, you would think they're energy bars.
I mean, they're full of sugar, so they're energy for a little bit.
Yeah, I guess there is a little bit of a carb load. See, Larry Dickerson, he kind of runs that seam down at the very bottom, right on that white line. He sneaks by Sean Langton here to take that third spot away to give Ross Phillips even more of a buffer. While these guys duel it out on lap 20. I want to go back here and look at the 99. That's Dan Witt. He was up front. Started 5th. Maybe have pancaked that right side. Made contact with that wall. It's kind of slowed him down a little bit here. Currently running in that 13th position. And I see the 13 and 58 of Thad Miller running here. They're trying to compete for that top 10 spot. But while all that's going on, back up front, Ross Phillips still running in second. With that buffer still of Larry Dickerson behind him. We also got Sean Langton in that 4th. Garrett now 5th, and Morgan Cook in 6th. Actually, Morgan Cook just got passed for that 6th spot. He's now back in 7th. And behind him, I think that is the 20. That's going to be Stewart. Peeking to the inside of that car. Does not have a number. Is that the 07? It is the 07. So that's Roger Saucier. He's going to sneak in behind Stewart here. No, he's not. He's going to pull up to the outside. Try to make another little gain here. Maybe try to make a pass into 3 and 4. Stewart, the preferred line in the bottom. He goes all the way back down to the bottom. Roger kind of stays up in that second, kind of creeping to that third groove, and he's going to be able to make the pass here at the line. No, he's not. Give it to Kyle Stewart. They make contact. Woo! They keep going, though. Good save by those guys. Back up front right here. You have Sean Langton running in fourth. But getting up here, Larry Dickerson's making some gain here, as Ross Phillips also has reeled in the leader. Makes a hard lefter. Down into the bottom of 3 and 4, trying to make this pass. Not enough. They're going to be even off the corner, coming to the line. But Ross Phillips looks like he is going to take the lead here on lap 26. Nick goes up to the wall. Maybe he's going to let Ross Phillips have this spot here. No, he is not. He's going to fight back on that outside. Todd, thank you so much for watching this season. We appreciated all the viewership you've given us. Dad's had a great season. Just missed that championship 4. So he got a top 8 to end his season. So congratulations to him as these three continue to battle on your screen right now. There it is. Slide job. Makes the pass. Woo! Kind of cuts off Nick's nose there. Yeah. Cuts off his nose a little bit there. So Ross Phillips now sitting cleanly and safely right now with the 2-truck buffer behind him to that next championship driver.
Still a whole lot of race left.
Indeed. We're just now under that magic number of 100 laps to go. About 99 now when they come to the line.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah, it happens quick when there's no cautions, and that's so far what we have had is a caution-free race.
Well, that's how the last one I did you started, remember?
Yeah.
The last like what, 30 laps took forever?
Yeah, it took forever. It happens. Side by side, the 69 of Larry Dickerson with the 94 of Nicholas Pressey back here. Sean Langton kind of pushing around Larry Dickerson. Maybe he's saying, I'm sorry for last week. Let me help you around here.
Oh!
Big slip up by the 94. Kind of gets into Sean's left front. Not sure if there was much damage or if he just let out knowing what was about to happen. I don't see any damage. Let's get a little rear chase here. Truck looks relatively clean. Maybe a little bit of a scrape.
Yeah, I think that might just be it. I had an English there for a second.
And out front, Larry Dickerson made that pass at the line, and he cruised his way out front now. So Larry Dickerson now leading from Las Vegas in the Angelman paint scheme. Little camo action on there for you. Ross Phillips pretty close to him, within about a truck and a half length. Might fall back to about 2 off this corner here. So you got Sean right behind him. Here comes the 20. Nope. The 90. Gosh dang it. The
Come on,
69
man.
of Larry Dickerson. He's going to come to pit road and be the first one to take 4 Goodyear tires and fuel. So 33 laps completed for him. He'll come to the line. So that'll cycle the lead to Ross Phillips, who's coming around to complete lap 33. 34 of 127 scheduled laps around Las Vegas. Looks like Ross Phillips now gonna come to pit road. Woo!
A little squirrely there.
Everybody comes with him. Sean Langton, the lone truck out on the track. Slightly too far forward. I didn't wig out, did I?
No.
Okay, making sure.
If anyone here is gonna wig out, it's gonna be me.
And there you go. Around the outside was Larry Dickerson to prove a point. Pitting first might be the move tonight, boys. The 7 is who we're worried about. Where's he on track, you might add? He's at the bottom of 1 and 2 right now. He stayed out 1 extra lap compared to most of these guys. He's a pretty good drive off right now, and I think he might just have this lead. They're coming in a hurry. But Sean Langton, the better pit strategy. He's going to try to get around him. It looks like he's going to make this pass here. So Larry Dickerson is going to have the lead in the 69 Angelman. Right behind him now is Sean Langton in that 7. And they've kind of left everybody else. They're about 2.5 seconds up of everybody else. So who's in the championship lead, you might ask? Well, that's going to be the 7 of Sean Langton.
It's Sean, isn't it?
Yeah. He's second on track right now. Looks like he's kind of losing a little bit of that handle. He had to let off a little bit there. Kind of went from the bottom to the top, going through those bumps. Still losing some time to Larry Dickerson. But you can't count him out. He's still within striking distance underneath a second. Can still reel in anybody, but he is still battling those bumps in 1 and 2. And then back here, that's Ross Phillips in the 1. Sitting in 4th, battling it out with Nick Pressey. Looks like he might have doored him a little bit there.
I don't think he touched. I think they were just close.
Thought maybe he's going to clear himself off of 3, but he is going to make that pass to take 3rd from Nick. Man, maybe almost doored him again on entry there. Nick may have shown a little bit of displeasure by bumping him in the middle of the corner. But Ross Phillips don't care. He's got one thing on his mind, and that is to hoist up that Southeast Tutoring Championship. All of these drivers do have a Southeast Tutoring scheme in some sort of way. Garrett did rock out the TCU for his horny toads.
Gross.
So there's Garrett, his TCU playoff. Got some ready set teats thrown on there somewhere, I'm sure.
Wait, what does this bumper say?
Beat Michigan.
Oh.
Garrett now in last of this championship 4. He's in 7th. Getting passed now by Sam Hines. And looks like Larry Dickerson is driving away. There he is. He's about 2.5 seconds up on Sean Langton. Sean Langton falls back a little bit. Behind him,
Sounds pretty good.
he's got a pretty good championship cushion.
Yeah.
There's Stewart and Ross back here in 3 and 4. He's got about 2 seconds up on them, almost 2.5 up on Ross Phillips. Maybe he does have 2.5 up on Ross Phillips, actually. So Stewart in that 3rd, Ross Phillips right behind him in 4th positions. And behind him is the 51 Morgan Cook, who, again, is the whole reason for our sponsor, Southeast Tutoring. You know, he might own the company or something like that. He's sitting in 5th. And falling off the pace a little bit here is Nick. He's sitting back at about 6th. He might have a little bit of damage, maybe from the possible dooring of the 1. I don't think it was egregious or anything, but you see a little bit of that paint. It's kind of decolored there, a little bit of decolorization on that left rear quarter panel. And also maybe slight push-up in that right rear bumper. Let's hit a chase here and see if I can't possibly... Yeah, that left rear quarter panel, kind of that bumper area, is kind of pushed up a little bit. Not terrible, but I think it's enough to maybe mess up your handling on your race truck. To at least make your night.
You just said left.
Well, this is what I meant. If I can get that left rear. See that decolorization on that?
Okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about the bumper again.
So left, and then now we go to that right rear. You can see more discolorization
Yep.
on that back left, and it's also pushed up just a hair. So it's going to mess up the aero a little bit on his truck. So just enough to make his night not as easy as it was when this race first started. But he's sitting comfortably in the top 10. He might get hounded on here by Dan Witt in a little bit. Looks like Dan Witt did get that truck repaired, and he is now cruising back in the top 10. So, Larry Dickerson, like I said, in first. 50 laps completed. Sean Langton in second. Same lap, obviously. First championship driver. Then you got Kyle Stewart here, dirt racer. A lot of dirt experience he brings to this league. He's sitting in third, one of his best showings all season long. Then you have Ross Phillips in the 1 back here. That's your second championship driver. And then Morgan Cook, already talked about him, but he's here. He's within striking distance of Ross Phillips. These two guys are kind of just hoping for a mistake out of Sean Langton, which we have not seen all season long. Then you have the 99. That's Dan Witt. Like I said, reeling them all back in. And then the 94. Now going to lose that position, looks like, to Sam Hines, who indeed is going to make that pass. But Nick fights back on the outside. Not enough. Sam Hines takes 7th away from Nick. So that'll be your 7th and 8th, and then your final championship driver, the 77, with Garrett Helmlinger back here. Losing all kinds of time. I don't see any damage on it. Maybe just not having the handling truck he wanted tonight for a championship. And then back here to wrap up your top 10 is the 48. That's Justin Cadenhead. I haven't seen him in the top 10 much this season, but good to see he's having a good showing. And the Dallas Cowboys, you know, they barely snuck out a win last week against the Texans. That was actually yesterday being Sunday. And that's your top 10. So back up front we go. Larry Dickerson, cruising around Las Vegas Motor Speedway, trying to end the season on high after last week, barely missing that Final Four. He's looking for a win. It looks like second might be shaping up here, possibly to have a battle. Sean Langton, Kyle Stewart. Kyle Stewart right behind him is getting closer. Was about a second and a half back. But Sean's getting reeled in here. He goes to the bottom. Sean does. Kyle Stewart trying to see how he can gain some ground. You can see the different corners. Sean's kind of arcing it in there, trying to make his way to the bottom of the track. And Kyle Stewart, a little bit slower of a drive. He might make his way to the bottom, but not quite all the way. He kind of hangs up about halfway up in that first groove, and he's making ground here in a hurry. So we'll keep it on this. These guys might have something to say about it. John and Deb, thank you so much for tuning in. Ross Phillips, you're racing, but thanks for the comment. And Todd Miller, thank you so much for supporting your kid. We appreciate all the views we have all season long.
I'm back.
Garrett Helmlinger has pitted.
Already?
Whoa, you are lagging your ass off. Robot boy.
Yeah, well, I did warn you this would happen.
Sean Langton, a little bit of a hiccup here. Almost hits the wall. Looks like he may have scraped the right side. Does he say, screw it, I'm coming to pit road? He continues to drive off, but Kyle Stewart is now all over that back bumper to take second away. This happening, you see Ross Phillips back there in that red South East Tutoring scheme. He's coming up here to try to take that championship spot away from Sean. Sean did make contact with the outside wall coming out of 2 on lap 57. Can Kyle Stewart make the pass? Looks like it. And he's going to make it easy. Sean Langton battling the handling on his truck. Kyle Stewart takes second away from him on lap 59. And here comes Ross Phillips. Maybe he can get there. Okay, dog.
The first noise she's made all broadcast, and it was loud as hell.
Mm-hmm. See, Ross Phillips now making moves underneath, trying to take that championship spot away from Sean Langton. Can he do it on the exit of 2? He is not quite clear. Sean Langton's going to battle back. Looks like Dan Witt thought about it. He's going to push Ross Phillips ahead of Sean Langton, and that's going to give Sean Langton now that championship nod in our championship race from Las Vegas. Dan Witt kind of stuck on that lower apron here. Sean Langton trying to make a move. He kind of fights back on the outside. But Dan Witt is going to be able to drive away. Ross Phillips, your new championship. I guess you'll just say nod for right now, as we're closing in on that halfway marker coming from your flag stand. See Dan Witt now battling with Ross to take away this 3rd position. He got it at the line there. But Ross only has one worry, and that's that truck behind him. And now also inside this championship picture, that's Morgan Cook. He's coming. He's coming in a hurry. Pit stops have started. In fact, Ross Phillips pulls down on pit road to take tires. Like I said, Garrett Helmlinger did it earlier. He's kind of stuck in about 11th position. '51. Trying indeed. He's going to trap Sean up top here. Sean really can't make an entry to pit road with that move. So Troy, Morgan Cook now in that championship nod spot. Sean Langton, what has happened to that race truck? Got to think Morgan Cook is coming in this time. Unless he's trying a strategy. Maybe throw the kitchen sink at it. It is Vegas after all. Got to gamble it all. He's going to continue to roll. Halfway done with our championship race from Vegas. Season 1. Vector Sim Racing League. South East Tutoring. Main sponsor for the Truck Series in their Season 1 finale. Morgan Cook's got to be feeling good about where he's at right now. Ross Phillips pitted. He's going to be a little bit quicker, but after a couple laps, he's probably trying to cut this stint in half. If he can go anytime now, then the next 2-3 laps, he'll be sitting pretty. See, Morgan's losing a little bit of that drive off the corner, but he has reeled in. Morgan Cook and Dan Witt have kind of reeled in that Kyle Stewart. Larry Dickerson, he pitted. That's going to cycle him out to 6th. That's the first truck a lap down, which will make him the leader once these guys cycle out, most likely. Sean Langton has made his way to pit road. So now all eyes on Morgan Cook. What is he going to do? I'll let you know. Look, Caden Head as well is going to follow Sean Langton on the pit road. Sean Langton might take a fast repair, knowing the handling of that truck has just absolutely gone away. Got to call that the broadcaster's jinx, most likely. Morgan Cook makes his way on the pit road. So this is where strategy is going to come alive. Seems like he wasn't speeding. Looks like a nice smooth entry. Ross Phillips passes him to unlap. But Kyle Stewart is still on track. He slides into his box. Oh, he had to back up a little bit. That's going to be unfortunate. It's going to cost him some time on pit road. be it about half a second, but half a second is a lot when you're not moving and everyone else is still on track driving away. So Morgan Cook, a slight mistake on pit road. He drives off. Ross Phillips is going to pass him. Garrett Hemlinger is going to pass him. Sean Langton's going to pass him. But he'll have the freshest tires for the latter of this back half. So, let's see how we cycle out here. I think Ross Phillips now retains the championship lead. He's in the middle of that back straightaway. Making his way through 3 and 4 now with 58 laps to go. Kyle Stewart made his way into pit road. He just now got service. He is now driving off. Larry Dickerson has passed him to retain the lead, which we kind of thought would happen. And Ross Phillips making his way around him now. So he'll take second away from Kyle Stewart. So Ross Phillips, your championship leader at the moment. Garrett Hemlinger behind him in the 77. Garrett pitted really early to try to gain some time back, knowing that he only has to cut this. He's about 15 laps on this stint. So he can go about 16 more. So 57 minus 16. He made it pretty difficult on himself, but doable. I think we saw Kyle Stewart run. Came in about 34, 71, do the math, blah, 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 minus 8. So yeah, he ran about 35, 36 laps. Garrett Hemlinger's eye is for 36. That's 20 laps from now, minus 20. He's going to have to drive he's going to drive 2 36-lap stints. It's going to be hard, but it's doable. See the 77 now. Didn't put up much of a fight against Sean. Sean's going to drive right by him. Looks like Sean's got that thing pointed back in the right direction, as in his race is pointed back in the right direction. He's kind of reeling Ross here. He's about 4 seconds back now to make it interesting on this latter half. And there's Morgan Cook coming in a hurry with some fresher tires compared to everybody else. He's trying to pass Kyle Stewart. Here comes Garrett Hemlinger. Almost comes up and collects Kyle Stewart. Don't know the strategy that Garrett Hemlinger is on. This might hurt him pretty severely. He might be begging for a caution. Interesting strategy. So let's get your championship field. Ross Phillips in second, your championship leader at the moment. Sean Langton's going to be right behind him. He is just now coming to the line. He's in third, sitting second championship position. And right behind him is the 51. And that's South East Tutoring's Morgan Cook. He's in that third championship position, and Garrett Hemlinger now way back in 13th, a lap down, is going to be in your final championship spot. Man, Morgan is cooking right now. See what I did there?
Okay, bad puns are my job. Come on now.
Oh, okay, sorry. Morgan's looking to add grease to the fire and take this spot away from Sean Langton and take that second championship spot. He's got the fresher tires compared to Sean. He's trying desperately.
I guess you could say his tires aren't really cooked yet.
Yeah, his tires are not cooked yet. He completes the pass on Sean to take third away. So now his eyes are set on Ross Phillips, who is significantly farther ahead. He's just now coming out of 2, and they're in the middle of 1 and 2. And while all of this championship drama is unfolding, way up here in front, Larry Dickerson's still leading this race, showing what could have been if he made it. But he is showing everybody that next year he is here for one thing and one thing only, and that's to also try to be in this championship 4. Did you just like fall?
Almost. We're good. New space. Trying to learn the limitations.
I'm trying to see lap time consistencies here, and fastest on track, Morgan Cook still. He's 0.6 faster than the leader, and about 0.4 faster than Ross Phillips last time by. So Ross Phillips back here, he is on lap 20 of his tire set, and Morgan Cook is on lap 15, which is why you're seeing faster lap times. So let's go back here and check on Morgan Cook. I think Morgan Cook did just enough to be able to take one more set of tires, is what he was thinking here, to be better off. Some of these guys, man, they're going to be coming around lap. Let's see, Ross Phillips is already 21 in, so 13 minus 13. He's going to have 31 laps. Morgan Cook could stay out longer and have fresher tires to maybe have a chance to fight for a championship later in this race. We're going to keep it on these guys. These guys right here are only separated by about a lap on this set of tires, and they are reeling in Ross Phillips at a great pace here. Morgan Cook again putting down flyer laps, 31.325, 0.2 faster than Ross Phillips, and he's reeling him in. You can see now it is down to about 2.5 seconds. See, Morgan is not really venturing low here. He's probably been saving these tires, which is why he's able to run down Ross Phillips the way he is, as he's got it down to just under 2.5 now. Fastest lap. Still the fastest on track about the last 11 laps or so. Got it down to about 2.2. So Ross Phillips probably trying to nurse his way back around. You see Justin Cadenhead just in front of Morgan Cook here, trying to get out of the line maybe a little bit. But Morgan's going to be using this draft the best he can to get around as fast as he can, as it's down to 2 seconds. He dives it down. Justin Cadenhead out of the way pretty nicely here. 2 seconds. Still the fastest on track. 3/10 faster than Ross Phillips. If I had a map, I'd show you just how close he is getting. But I guess I can throw it to a cockpit view for a couple laps. Hey, guess who's fastest on track? Morgan Cook. Sub 2, about a 1.7 now. He's picking up about 0.2 a lap right now. And you can definitely tell he's getting closer based off this view. You're right on board there with Morgan Cook as he's reeling in. Ross Phillips. Let's look at Ross Phillips. Down to about 1.3 seconds. And you know, they've actually kind of gained ground on Larry Dickerson here, who is out front. More in that lap traffic, though. I have to think the 13 coming out in front of the 51 is kind of messed up Morgan's times. He is now pretty much leveled out with Morgan Cook. Or Morgan Cook is now leveled out with Ross Phillips. Only about a 1/10 faster last time by. 13 is trying to get underneath Ross Phillips now. See if this helps out Morgan at all. Of the guys racing for position, Morgan Cook still the fastest on track. David Aikenbauer did put the fastest lap on the track. He's about 2 laps back, though, sitting at 14th position. So, man, Ross Phillips is reeling in. Larry Dickerson at an absolutely flying pace here. 4/10 faster that last lap. Getting interesting. 33 laps to go, coming around 3 and 4 to make it 32 laps to go. What do these guys do? Who bites first on tires? Morgan Cook is sub 1 second, about a 1/10 and a half faster last time by. Or about a 1/10 faster last time by, I should say. Looks like Larry Dickerson might be coming to pit road here. No, he's not. He's just really low. Yeah, he is. They are all coming to pit road. Morgan Cook drives around him to take that position away for the championship spot. Ross Phillips, don't speed, don't speed.
Don't hit each other, don't speed.
Yeah. All of it. I think Morgan Cook got to come here. Ooh, I think that is going to cost Larry Dickerson here. He's a little bit too far forward. He had to roll back. I think I see Ross Phillips' truck get dropped a little bit sooner, so Larry Dickerson's going to lose this position. Ross Phillips is going to drive off and have the lead. Morgan Cook leading this race. And I'll be damned. I spoken that one into existence. Wow.
There you go.
Here's the 51 of the 7. Morgan Cook, Sean Langton on pit road. Who was the fastest to get 4 tires and fuel? Pretty good entry by both drivers. This will be 4 good years. Top me off with some fuel, and away I go. Wow, what a slow stop from Morgan Cook. Sean Langton gets away way quicker. Trying to see Ross Phillips is coming around the outside. You see him there in the red. He's going to take those positions away and take back the championship lead. A complete mix-up here. Ross Phillips takes it back, and Morgan Cook is going to lose 2 spots for that championship on pit road. Can he reel in Sean Langton or help Sean Langton get up there and battle it out for a championship, to maybe take advantage of them racing each other too hard? But they're all in the same tire, so these are going to have to be really quick laps, as they are several seconds behind. Ooh, Morgan Cook takes that position away from Sean Langton. Morgan Cook now takes the second championship spot away. Really good move, bold move, but you got to do it for a championship. 27 laps remaining from Las Vegas, where we're looking to crown South East Tutoring Season 1 Truck Series champion. Ross Phillips. We're going to go back up here to him. He's racing it out hard with Larry Dickerson. The harder these guys race, the closer Morgan Cook can reel them in. They're only about a second ahead of these guys. The harder they race, the easier it is for Morgan Cook to reel them in. We're going to keep an eye up here. These guys dueling it out. Ooh, big slip up. Larry Dixon comes up, forces Ross Phillips up the track. Gotta love it if you're Morgan Cook. Gotta hate it if you're Ross Phillips. Red 1 Toyota, followed by the 51 blue Southeast Tutoring Toyota, trying their absolute best to secure the crown. 25 laps to go. Relatively even lap times. You see Morgan Cook about 0.5 back. Ross Phillips now hounding the leader to try to take that spot away. Maybe doesn't like the move he saw out of Larry Dickerson. He tries so desperately to hold on to the lead. You got a lapper in the way now. Trying to get a spot back. Ross dives down in front of him. Morgan doing his best to get up here. He's going to have a ton of momentum here. He's going to push around Larry Dickerson, if I had to guess. He will push out the guy. Nope, he's going to push out front Ross Phillips. These two guys are now out in front. 1 and 2. Ross Phillips, Morgan Cook for a championship. 23 laps to go from Las Vegas. Morgan Cook doing everything in his will to make this pass. Ross Phillips definitely staring at that rear view mirror, trying to keep the 51 behind him. The 2 Orange Speed trucks, everything in their power to bring the championship home. Morgan Cook, big dive to the bottom. Doesn't make the pass, but he's going to do it here. Slight slide job up. Morgan Cook out in front for the championship race in Vegas. Morgan Cook, really good 1.5-mile program he's developed in this truck series. Everybody saw it happen at Texas Motor Speedway. where he can just make things happen at the end, and he's trying yet again to reach into his bag of tricks to make it work. Completely different track Texas Motor Speedway is. Morgan Cook got really close to the wall there. He is giving it everything he's got. You know he's white knuckling that steering wheel, and you gotta wonder just how he's feeling. And Ross Phillips, what else can he throw at the kitchen sink to try to make a move here? He goes for apron. He dives it down. Morgan Cook presses him down. He has the preferred exit off of 2. 20 is plenty for a move here for Ross Phillips. Tons of laps to try to make a move. Larry Dickerson in the 69 right behind them, don't forget. Not a championship driver, but going for a race win. Every right to be up here racing these guys as hard as he wants. Toyota, Chevy. Looks like Morgan Cook's kind of changed up his line a little bit. He was sitting in the middle of these turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. He has now kind of found his way down to the bottom, kind of hugging that white line, sometimes even clipping it. You see Ross slightly loses the nose on these exits, still holds on, but just enough for him to push up that track as they make it back into 1 and 2 again. For the 110th time, now into 3 and 4. Ross Phillips again, looks like maybe he's diving it to the bottom. You see it just a little bit there, off the exit. You see his nose comes up just a hair. And it's just enough for him to lose some time. Morgan Cook and Ross Phillips running identical times. That time by, Morgan Cook faster by about 0.04 of a second. Larry Dickerson, the fastest last time by. Back straight away, he kind of slides in behind Ross Phillips here. Pushes him around. Yet again, it looks like Morgan Cook's going to be slightly quicker here. Larry Dickerson, a slight Dale Earnhardt crossover here. He peeks to the inside of Ross.
He's got the inside.
Yeah, he does have the preferred here. And he's going to pass Ross. Morgan Cook, eyes just got really big. He loves what he just saw. Now, the best thing here, if you are only content on a championship, how do you let Larry pass you? I combined his first and last name. How would you let Larry pass you without losing time here? Or do you race for the win with 15 laps to go? I'm racing for a win, preferably if I'm in this spot.
That's what I was about to say, but I also have extremely limited iRacing experience, so
Yeah.
a couple laps in Texas on my controller. That's about all I got.
Half a second up on Ross Phillips. Morgan Cook is Larry Dickerson. About a truck and a half back. Clean air is
Yeah, they're
what.
pulling away, aren't they?
Yeah, they are now putting some time behind them. At this point in time, you have enough space if you're just content on taking a championship. If Larry hounds you enough, you can just let him by and you won't lose that much time, as he's now put about 7/10 on Ross Phillips. And way back there in that lonely 7th spot, or 4th spot, is the 7 of Sean Langton. He just hasn't had the truck. The truck's kind of fallen away from him tonight. The guy dominating all season long is finding himself in a pickle. Let's get back here. You see Larry Dickerson here. They're running pretty much identical racing lines. You see they kind of go down to that apron in the same spot, come off the apron in the same spot, enter the corner same spot, exit the corner same spot. Larry's now peaking up a little bit higher. He's kind of running those right side tires on that outside inside seam. Morgan now putting some distance also with Larry Dickerson as we have hit that magic 10 laps to go from Las Vegas. Our little championship pursuit we have going. Now a whole second back is Ross Phillips. See, Larry's still hitting that apron. Morgan's kind of giving up on it. Ross gained a little bit of life that last time by. He was slightly quicker than your top two. He got it within about a second, but then lost it on 1 and 2. His 3 and 4 was much better. We'll see if his 3 and 4 is better again here. Looks like he's more of that Harvicking, kind of wrap that bottom. 7 laps to go. But it's all Morgan Cook right now out front in the championship lead and for the race lead of the top 5, the fastest on track by about 3/10, and then 4/10 on that next championship driver in Ross Phillips. Not able to really reel him in at all is Ross Phillips. Five laps to go in South East Tutoring's Season 1, the Truck Series debut. See Larry still all over that back bumper, not making Morgan's cruise to victory lane here any easier. I think the major difference here is Larry Dickerson had a kind of slow pit road stop a couple segments back, and I think they would have reeled him in, but if you're Morgan Cook, man, just let him go. Let him go. Side by side. Coming to the line, 3 laps to go. Ross Phillips watering at the mouth seeing this. Seeing them side by side. He's already reeling him in from a second to 7/10. Larry Dickerson takes the lead. Morgan Cook just needs to ride behind him. Don't mess it up. 5/10 back. Heating up again for the championship. 2 laps to go. Still about 4/10 back now. His truck getting a little bit more upset in this dirty air. You see him. Ross Phillips is reeling him in. Morgan Cook looking for one good more lap. One more good lap. Let me try that again. But white flag is out. Morgan Cook holds on to the championship spot right now. Ross Phillips now getting a little bit closer. Does he throw the kitchen sink at him? Morgan to the bottom, searching underneath Larry for a little bit of clean air. He's got a good exit. About 3.9 tenths back. Morgan Cook sails it into 3 and 4 for the final time today. Larry Dickerson out front. He is probably, yes, he will win this race. But most importantly, Morgan Cook takes the Southeast Tutoring Season 1 championship.
iRacing physics did not like that one.
But let's do something. Let's do something here. Let's do something here, okay? Let's do something here. Let's just pull him up here.
Mid burnout?
Without him knowing I'm pulling him up here. See what he's got to say about it. But you know, he's probably on top of the world right now, knowing that he just won a championship. But we don't know. Let's see. Morgan Cook, how you feeling?
Hello,
buddy?
Adam.
How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm excited. That was
Dude,
that was fun.
That was awesome to watch you absolutely outduel these guys. Pit road, I was like, well, I thought he would have come a little bit sooner, but you knew what you were doing. You had it down to a math, and you had the best truck at the end of the race, man. How did you do it?
Well, it wasn't as good as Larry. Larry, obviously, he beat me fair and square. He caught me on the backstretch into 3, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna block you. I'm not gonna have him wreck me for a win. I'll just hold my line and see what happens. And he got me fair and square. I got no issues with that. Awesome win for him, his first in a league. As for how I finished second tonight, I was really planning on pitting after every. Well, I did actually pit last, I guess, but I thought that my strategy was going to have me pitting at different times with these guys, not off by only 2 laps. And those 2 laps were enough. These tires are worth about 2 tenths per lap, so 4 tenths a lap or so. I could pull on Ross and Sean at the beginning of the run. It looked like Sean put on 2 tires at the end and got really uncontrollably loose. So I was able to drive away from him. Garrett had an issue early on, so it was just Ross and I. And I passed him, cleared Larry, and kind of drove away. Larry passed Ross back, and Ross just couldn't quite get to me by the time the checkered flag flew.
Yeah, man, and there at the end, you were able to. You said you let Larry go by, but man, you looked like you had the best truck there for a little bit. But hey, why why try to duel so hard for that first position when you have the bigger picture on the line?
Right, and that's just about. I mean, I'm a fairly cautious guy by nature, and that was just being cautious. I don't want to be that guy who backs into the fence with 5 to go while leading the championship race because he wanted the race win. it would have been nice to win the race. Of course, I wanted Orange Speed's win number 10, but that'll have to come at the start of next season. Yeah, awesome race. Yeah, a lot of fun.
Well, man, congratulations. How suiting is it that you pulled off the South East Tutoring Championship?
It is fairly suiting. Now I got to buy myself a trophy, like I said earlier. Yeah, that's kind of weird, but I'll do it nonetheless, and I'll do it for every champion of a Southeast Tutoring League. It's not just me. I'm not that guy. But no, this was fun.
It's not
I
all
gotta
about
thank-
you.
It's not all about me. I understand. There's a league here, but I gotta thank Garrett. I gotta thank Ross. I gotta thank Sean. They were awesome to race with. We're bouncing ideas off each other all week. We're in a 24-hour team together with Ryan Depew, and I'm just really glad that we got these 4 in the championship. I'm glad it wasn't Larry, or else we'd all be shaking his hand.
Yeah.
Because he had us today. Was he fast.
Well, you went full cycle. You take the Daytona, and then you top it off with the championship. So, Morgan, congratulations. I'm happy for you. I know everybody Orange Speed's happy. Everybody part of this league is very appreciative. I'm not crying. I just lost my breath. Very appreciative of everything you've done for this league. So, to see you win it is absolutely fitting. And yeah, man, you have any sponsors? You want to shout anybody out other than Orange Speed and then yourself?
Let's go Southeast Tutoring. setutoring.ca. If you need help with mathematics, grade school, all the way to intro university, I can help with it all. setutoring.ca. That's pretty much all I got. Orange Speed, obviously. Like I mentioned, my teammates earlier and Sean, awesome race with those guys. Yourself, Adam, and I'm not sure who your assistant is in the broadcast, but thank you too, assistant. Who else we got here? Everyone races in this league every week. It's a lot of fun. Big fan. Garrett for hosting the league. Everyone who watches on TV and YouTube and whatever. Thank you. I think that's about it for me.
Well, man, congratulations on your championship. Way to start off and way to end our season 1. We appreciate it so much for putting on one hell of a show. Congratulations, man. Go get you a nice trophy and maybe a nice brewski.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah, man. So we're going to go all kinds of out of order here. We'll pick up your race winner in just a second, but let's talk to Ross Phillips, who came up just a little bit short on what he wanted to accomplish tonight, and he ends up finishing second in that championship, third tonight. But Ross Phillips, man, you got a copy.
You gotta rub that in every time, don't you?
I'm so sorry, I mean,
He likes rubbing stuff like
No,
that.
we're good. We're good. That was a hell of a race, man. Jesus.
yeah, it was. You and Morgan put on a battle there, and you were battling with Larry Dickerson most of the time, and then it almost felt like just out of right field, here comes Morgan with just, man, all kinds of speed he picked up once the
figured something out
conditions
in 1 and
changed.
2. Yeah, he figured something out in 1 and 2, man, because he was just fast. I mean, I told him we were probably, 15 laps into that last run, and he pitted 2 laps after I did, and I don't know. It just seemed like my truck had a parachute on it from there. I was running slow. I couldn't do nothing. Didn't matter what I did. I wasn't gaining any pace. And they were just walking away from me finally. I don't know. It just came back to life for me.
Yeah.
I needed about another 4 laps, and I'd have had that sucker.
So maybe I guess it is in Vegas. It gets darker and it gets pretty chilly out there this time of year. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but yeah, just saw a lot of these guys just kind of went backwards when it came a little bit later in the race. Sean Langton and Nick Presley, they were up front at the beginning of this race. I mean, they still fought their way back to a top 5, but it just kind of felt like everybody at some point had a wrinkle thrown at him, and Morgan's just happened to be in that second stint and had a flawless later half of that stint, and well, that last one, and yours unfortunately just happened to last.
Yeah, we were all pretty much on the same strategy, so I just from there it's just in the driver's hands. And when I was behind Sean a couple of times, he bounced it off the wall a couple of good times, and I'm surprised it didn't have a lot of damage.
Yeah, I caught one of them, man. He put off a nice little smoke ball when he absolutely smoked that right rear off that wall, off of 2.
Yeah, that was when who was behind him? Was it when Thad was behind him? I don't remember who was behind him. I know I was only a few trucks like truck lengths behind him, and he bounced it off the wall pretty good.
Yeah. So he was battling
yeah.
that, a little bit of damage there, and just never could
Yeah.
really get it recovered, which is the biggest difference. You and Morgan, flawless, man. Even y'all both had one mistake. Y'all both had one mistake all night. You know what it is?
I had two of them, both my pit stops.
I was gonna
If
say
you go back and watch them, I
you
slid
were
through my
too
stop.
far forward on one of them. I
slid
watched.
through my box on both my first stops, and that's what killed me. I was just telling Larry about that. Had that not happened, I probably would have been about 7 seconds out further. Plus, that very first stop, I didn't practice pitting on this track at all, so I had no idea what I was getting into. And the first stop, I started slowing down way too early, so I sped up. Well, then I dumped it down into a lower gear, and the ass end just started chattering on me, and I almost lost it.
Yeah, saw you slide in on entry. One of them was like, "Hope it wasn't speeding."
Right.
And you were good there.
I went in at 65 mile an hour that first stop. I don't know how it didn't catch me.
Well, aren't you glad it didn't catch you since it was green from start to finish?
Timer. Thank God.
Yeah.
I slowed it down to like 40, 43 mile an hour somewhere in there to make up for that time difference. So,
well, yeah, nothing to complain about, man. One hell of a season. You had some wins. You competed week in and week out, even on tracks you hated.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
Absolutely, man. You can't look at this as if it's a bummer of a season. You go in that third points position, and you actually pick up an extra spot, and you're going to finish second in the championship. So, it's a great season.
It's been a great season. It's been fun.
Yeah. Well, man, congratulations. I'm going to let you go celebrate with Morgan and the rest of the Orange Speed guys. But, man, do you have any sponsors, anything you want to shout out? Or, well, any
Just
famous
Speed,
last
man.
words?
I got my ass kicked.
Yeah. Morgan
That's
put on
about
a
it.
show for sure. Morgan and Larry put on a show.
Yeah, definitely a big thanks to Orange Speed. Garrett for putting this whole thing on. I mean, this entire season's been a blast. Thanks for not falling asleep on us all season.
There's a couple times I thought about it. But tonight, man, y'all put on a show, and I was not going to fall asleep. There was no way in hell I was falling asleep tonight.
Oh, I bet you were going nuts when Morgan come around me.
Dude, I was going nuts it was like 40 to go, and I was like, I need to calm down. There's still a long way for this to, who knows what, caution, some sort of wrinkle. But now,
What'd you think of Larry? What'd you think about Larry tonight? I mean, that's the talk right there. Holy.
That dude
Boy, it was fast tonight.
That dude was quick, and like all night long. What did he qualify? 4th? And I want to say within 6 laps, he was up there like, I'm taking first. Get out of my way.
Yeah, he was up there. Well, that was me and Precy. But he got up there on my rear end pretty quick. I mean, once he got around Morgan on the get-go, he was right up on my back bumper half the time, and I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, but yeah.
All right, buddy, I'm out of here. Have a good night.
Man.
See you Thursday.
Thursday?
Okay, whatever.
I'll see you when I see you. How about that? We'll leave it off at that.
Yep.
All right, man. See ya. And we can't forget about our race winner. Larry Dickerson had a great night. He had nothing to complain about. Didn't quite capture the championship, but guess what? He went out with a bang to end season 1.
Oh yeah.
Larry Dickerson, man. What a hell of a drive tonight, man.
Oh yeah, man. I've never driven so hard the final 10 laps to get a win. I think I left imprints in my steering wheel.
Yeah, I said that. I said Morgan's probably white knuckling trying to keep it in front of you, but hell, you're obviously doing the same thing. Doing it, but
yeah.
You passed him fair and square, nothing dirty about it. You were just the best truck tonight, and no, I don't think anybody would argue that.
Oh yeah, I'm so happy to finally get this monkey off my back. I know my teammate Kyle with 2 to go. He told me, man, you're gonna win this race. I was like, dude, just shut up, don't you ruin it. And as soon as I came here, I took that white flag, and as soon as I went in through half a trail length in front of them, Morgan, I was like, finally, I got me one, finally.
Yeah, man. I mean, even with you had a small hiccup on pit road, but guess what? Everybody had one, so it was pretty even. Everybody had a mistake or two on pit road, so yours wasn't that costly. But it doesn't matter. You were still the fastest truck. You could maneuver your truck wherever you wanted on track, and ain't nobody out there was able to do that.
Oh yeah, the tire strategy, I'm actually very shocked it worked for me tonight. I did not think it was going to work, especially when I double stinted that second run. I thought I was probably going to be screwed. But after the first stint, when I didn't take tires, I looked at my tire wear, and it actually was a lot better than I anticipated. I was shocked how good my tires were still after the first stint.
Yeah, you came in really early on your first one. And I think that kind of threw a wrinkle at a lot of these guys. They're like, are we not doing this right? And they only stayed out maybe 2 more laps. So you forced everybody's hand. I think you got the ball rolling on strategies tonight. I don't know if it was planned for everybody to come about 34, 35, but you came in pretty early on that first one.
Yeah.
And it made everybody, oh, well, I guess we got to follow him. He knows what he's doing. He's out front. So you got the ball rolling.
I did that in practice. I actually did a long green flag run in practice, just running that middle lane, which is about that first black seam above the white line is what I was comfortable running in practice, and has worked for me in the officials before. So that's what I ran, and on a green flag run in practice, I noticed that I can do 33 laps by myself, and that's without a draft or cutting the front stretch. So that's kind of what I went based on night, was what I did in practice by myself.
Yeah, man. Well, you put on a show. You got to burn it down with the champions. Ain't nothing else, man. You went out with the bang to end season 1, and I appreciate the show you put on to end season 1, to bring in all of these Vectors Television fans, this VSRL, South East Tutoring fans to come back and watch season 2, which we'll get fired up here pretty quick. It's going to come a lot sooner than we think.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna have, based off what we've had this season. When I went back and watched all the broadcasts, I think we'll have even a much better showing next season. With not so much the driving, but I think based off what we've shown the viewers, I think we've gained some fans, and we've gained some probably with throughout the recruitment race through the all season. I think we've gained more racers for next season, which is just gonna make the racing even more better. And I say for a first season, after what we've done this season, our first season with with this league Garrett started, I think it's been a complete success. It's been really good racing. Everybody's been racing really clean. Uh, everybody's got each other's respect. I would think I definitely got the respect of all. I hope I got the respect of all the other competitors.
Oh, you
I
do.
tried to
You're
race
good.
everybody
Yeah,
clean.
definitely.
I just wish the first 2 playoff races went a lot better than what they did, and because if I was in the Final Four, this would have been an awesome send off, not only for the win but for a championship. But hey, I will take a win finally.
Yeah. Well, man, congratulations. Well deserved. And hell, you earned it. What didn't fall in your lap, you earned this one. So, man, congratulations. Thank you so much for bringing the sponsor and bringing some awareness as well with your scheme. Now, I'll let you throw that out there one more time. Give everybody out there that is going to watch this exactly what your scheme represents.
Yeah, I want to give a shout. Well, I want to give a shout also to Dylan. Oh, I hope we have back next season. He was leading the championship for. He had to stop for cause of work complication for work schedule. Hope to have him back next season as a teammate. Give a shout out to you and your broadcasting every week, brother. You're doing an amazing job. And give a shout out to Garrett running this league. Like I said, firstly, I give it an A+ on success. Shout out to my new sponsor I got on the front of the truck. I don't know if anybody could see it that well because of the colors of it and my scheme. This is my new scheme for next season. I'm switching manufacturers and a number. LA Construction, that's my brother-in-law's construction company out of Roxborough, North Carolina. Anybody on the East Coast needs home construction work done, come check him out. He's a great guy who'll do you right. And then, like you said, my Angel Center Foundation, my secondary sponsor, I ran from majority of the season as the main sponsor before I picked up my brother's sponsor. Angel Center Foundation is a great organization. It's again a form of autism that affects everybody different. Like I said a couple times before, it hits me close to home because I got a couple family members who are autistic and struggle with it every day. And that form of autism, my friend has, my friend's daughter has, and she can't even talk to you verbally or nothing. She has to have help with everything she does, and it's gonna be like the rest of her life. So it's sad to see, but she is a wonderful person, great personality, and I enjoy being around her every chance I get. But yeah, anybody can go help that organization out, that foundation. do what you can to help out. Like I said, great cause, great people, and you'll be doing a great responsibility to those people with that form of autism or any form of autism. So shout out to them, and JPD, also my other new design who sponsor, JPD Designs, who does my schemes for my trucks and my cars now. I think he made a winning truck look very great tonight. So shout out to him too, and yeah, and that's gonna be all my shout outs, and I can't wait till next season.
Yeah, man. Well, congratulations. Thank you so much for doing what you do.
Oh, and also shout out to my wife. She just walked in from picking her daughter up from work, so shout out to her too. So I don't want to get in the doghouse.
That's a good call out there. So, all right, man. Thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you next season.
All right, brother. Catch you next season.
Yeah. All right. That's going to wrap it up for me, guys. I ain't got nothing else. Until I see you again. Thank you so much. Season 1, South East Tutoring, was an absolute blast. Had so much fun giving you full season coverage here on Vectors Television. Look forward to seeing you all next year. Season 2 of South East Tutoring Truck Series. But until I see you again, I don't know if it's an IndyCar race or not, but I think I got a little time off. You ain't gonna hear my ugly mug anymore. So thank you so much, everybody, for. I hate you. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate the views. John and Deb Langton, thank you so much for tuning in. Todd Miller, thank you so much for tuning in. Everybody that tuned in, thank you so much. I appreciate the views. Give the channel a like. Give it a subscription. But until next time, thank you so much, and have a great off-season.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.